Hey there, how y'all doing today? Welcome to Review Sesh. If you've been here before, I really do appreciate you coming back to visit me. And if you haven't been here before, give me just one moment. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So my name's Mike, and what I do is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a consumable product of any kind or whether it's a functional device of any type. We're going to be looking at all of that stuff on this channel. I really do hope you enjoy the content that I'm making for you. So guys, today we're coming at you from the beach. Uh, and I'll be doing a flower review today. I'm really excited about this flower. It's one that's got some genetics in it. It's got a cross in it that I'm really super interested in, and I think you guys will see why in just a minute. But real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick it back to the previous me, and he's gonna go ahead and reiterate a little bit about what we're doing here on this channel, and he might even be able to explain a little bit about what THCA is, if any of you are still, unfamiliar or unsure. And after that, we're going to hop right into this review. All right, as you guys know, I review federally legal hemp products and devices on this channel. And some of these products have THCA in the name. And THCA is one of those things that has an awful lot of people confused right now. So if you're one of those people that's confused, give me just one moment. Let me explain a little bit. I might be able to educate you a little bit about what THCA actually is. And THCA stands for tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, and it's the naturally occurring compound found on all hemp plants everywhere. Basically, it's the precursor to what we know now as Delta 9 THC. All right. So, in and of itself, though, guys, THCA is not psychoactive. You're not going to go out and eat a piece of a hemp plant and get any elevated effects. It does not work like that. It first has to undergo a process called decarboxylation. And decarboxylation may sound like a fancy chemistry word, and it's because it is, but it's very simple in principle. And it simply means application of heat. So it doesn't really matter whether it's environmental heat, just the heat of the sun, it's a hot day outside, or, we're applying some artificial heat with some flame or with an electronic heat source like I like to use. We are decarboxylating that THCA molecule, and it's dropping that A right off the end of that molecule chain, and it's leaving you with good old-fashioned THC. So, guys, I want to be very clear on this. For all intents and purposes, the THC that everybody that you've ever spoken to or has ever spoken about before this, before 2018, they have been referring to THCA, the naturally occurring compound found on the plant. All right? Very clear about that. It is basically the same thing everybody's always spoken about. But the great thing is, since 2018 in the federal farm bill, we can get all these things to our doors. We don't have to go out and, you know, deal with strange people at odd times of night, potentially go out and, waste our time at the least and risk our safety at the worst. Now we just get it mailed to us. And when you get your packages in the mail, you're going to be getting something like this. This is a notice to law enforcement and the Postal Service. And it just dictates what is in the package, and it does list the applicable sections of the 2018 Farm Bill that the things in the package are covered under. Very important to hold on to these guys. You don't want to get rid of these right now. They pack flat. Just hold on to them. There's no reason to throw these out at this moment. For the foreseeable future, hold on to these and hold on to any COAs or certificates of analysis that you may have with your products. All right? All right, guys, now that we got that out of the way, we're looking at something today from a new vendor. This vendor is Miracle of the Desert. They are out of California, and I have one of three samples that I got from them. This is going to be Mai Tai. Very, very interested in this strain. Um, Very simple packaging. Very simple packaging. That's not a problem, as I've mentioned to you guys before. The fancier the packaging gets, the more of the cost gets passed on down to the consumer. So I'm happy to see this. Very simple. Still got your QR code right there so you can scan and get your COAs and everything. Um, the package does come, well sealed. It does come with, notification of law enforcement and the postal service and all of that sort of stuff. I did get a coupon for my next order, which is really, really cool. And that is a 25% off your entire order. So keep that in mind, guys. You know, I got one of these in there, so really cool. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to give it a smell. Now, I'm really interested in this strain because this strain is kind of classic. This is a cross of Maui Wowie and Tutti Frutti. And oh my goodness, if that doesn't smell tropical, that's very, very tropical leaning. Very slightly sour hint, but not like a funky sour. It's definitely like a citrus type of sour hint on the nose. Very tropical smelling. And this is a 3.5 gram eighth. So there we are with the nugs, guys. Very, very pretty nugs. Very pretty indeed. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Uh, Density, very dense. Very, very dense. Very keefy. Got some good stick on them. Little bit of squish with some spring back. As you can see, the old stick test. A lot of keef on the fingers, guys. A lot of keef here on my fingers. Just a ton. I'm really excited to get this under the microscope, guys. Um, this is, like I say, this is one of three strains, and we'll be talking about all three strains um, here in just a few. But I will be sampling the other two as well and doing full reviews on the other two. But for the moment, I think we're going to focus on this Mai Tai. I'm going to get us some good photos, guys. I'm going to do my best to get some really good shots of this. And then we're going to be back and I'm going to try it out. And then we're going to talk about the genetics on it. And may even talk a little bit about Miracle of the Desert and, figure out what they're all about. What I'm seeing right now is looking very, very promising, I got to say. Hang tight, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back and I've got 14 or 15 good shots of this Mai Tai for Miracle of the Desert. Now, I went pretty deep in taking photographs of this flower, guys. I tend to pay a little more attention to the newer vendors. If it's a new vendor for me, I try to really get as much of an idea of what I'm looking at as possible. And I gotta say, the trichome density on this flower is insane. Um, I'm pretty sure it is machine trimmed. I'm pretty sure it's machine trimmed. But I'm not having a problem with that because the trichome density, like I say, is so ridiculous. Um, there's a lot of really nice transitioning. You guys will know it when you see it. There are a couple of shots that are taken from a couple of different magnifications. So you guys are going to be seeing basically the same frame in different magnifications so that you can see more depth in the flower. And I hope that gives you a little bit of a better indicator of what you're looking at there. This is very sticky. It is wanting to gum up my grinder something fierce right now. And there's a lot of trichome density. Now on the nose, guys, super, super tropical sweet. Really does come out on the grind. And it's holding on to its keef, guys. We don't have a lot to speak of in the catch, which means we should have a nice, heavy, potent vape. And there I am trying to put my grinder to get back together wrong again, like I tend to do. I think this thing is about had it. I do love my herb savers, but this one needs a cleaning or I need a replacement. So, all right, so we're going to be going with the microdose bowl as per usual. And we're also going to be using the titanium hybrid matrix bowl with the one hit wonder ball vape system. Now this is I say ball vape system. This is more of a gem cut vape system. It doesn't actually have terp pearls or balls as the media. It has gem cut rubies, over 500 of them. And man, that thing retains the heat, and if you're not careful with it, you can hurt yourself, to be honest. Very, 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 very stout device. since I've had it, it has changed the way I consume. My first device of the type was this thermal twist. I love it. I still like to take that one for a ride every now and then when I want to take things more slowly. But I gotta say, if I want to really get a heavy hit, the one hit wonder is the way to go. Alright, so we are going to be running with the injector side of the one hit wonder. Oh wow, that is super tropical. Super tropical. Alright, before we get too far into it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out Miracle of the Desert's website. We're going to see who they are, what they're about, and what we got going on here. So they are located out of California. They have some really nice land over there where they got this stuff growing. Really nice. And my understanding, they're doing their diligence here. And it's apparent in what we have here. This is exotic indoor grown. This is their quadruple A potencies at 27.37%. And I gotta say, the care that this flower appears to be handled with is just crazy. Even so far as when if you go to the website and you actually look at their pictures, their photographs. One thing I want to focus on and point out here to you guys is that as you're looking at the nug shots, the bud shots, their photographs, if you see a hand in the shot, it's wearing gloves, not not latex, not some kind of rubber glove or something like that, not nitrile, but white cotton gloves. Very, very. That's a good look, in my opinion. That's a really good look. Um, I see a lot of vendors, and they tend to just have stacks of flour in a bag right there on the page, or um, they're handling it barehanded, and it's one thing. I mean, we all smoke or vape our bud, our flower. We're gonna handle it. We're gonna break it up barehanded. That's one thing. But when you're seeing something coming from a source, you want to be able to be sure that it's being handled properly. And this is a good indicator. If it's being handled in photos properly, um, that shows some amount of diligence being done, some amount of forethought being put forward, and that's always a good sign. Yeah. So that first taste, it's got something else in it, and we're gonna get to the flavor here in a second. But what they're saying here is it is a hybrid. It's born from the genetics of Maui Wowie and Tutti Frutti. Um, it's euphoric, sociable, um, tingly, um, great for unwinding or enjoying a laid back afternoon. Um, helps to relieve from chronic pain, depression, inflammation, um, and it's extremely versatile. Flavor profile, bursts of citrus, which is fruity, some sour notes, and a bit of limonene. Um, says here limonene is the dominant terpene. Yeah, I can kind of see that. It is still tropical, still very tropical. We're gonna get a much more thorough taste here in just a moment. All right, so what we're looking at, Mai Tai. Now, average on this is 26 to 32%. It is a 50-50. Um, yeah, and everything on all bud. Um, chronic pain, depression, inflammation, uh, with the addition of stress being listed here is something that may help relieve. And yeah, being 50-50, I could see it's going to be very well rounded. Flavors on all bud. are berry, citrus, fruity, sour, tropical. Aromas are citrus, earthy, flower, sour, tropical. I got a lot of tropical and flower with some citrus on the aromas, and I do get some tropical fruit. I'm not sure if it's berry leaning. I'm not sure if it's like citrus leaning. It's kind of somewhere in between. So far, really good. Um, so far, nice. Go ahead and take another taste. Yeah. Okay. So it's got something that at first I thought was a little bit, had kind of a fuzzy hint to it, kind of like a tropical drink. You know, you get those tropical drinks, they have like that fuzzy kind of thing going for it. You know what I mean? Very citrus, but kind of, I don't know, fuzzy, like peach kind of a thing. But tropical, I think kiwi or something. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. But I think it's just, as I'm reading this, it says to expect a hint of sharp mint or a touch of sharp mint. And that might be where I'm getting that sort of kind of fuzzy thing going on the palate. Um, it really does kind of remind me of like a, you know, uh, like a fuzzy navel or something like that. I don't drink anymore, and I never really drank those, things like Mai Tais and things like that. But it does remind me quite a bit of that. And a lot in the same way that I talk about, when I have like some pink runts or something like that, and I say, it tastes pink because it reminds you of that pink lemonade kind of something to it. Same sort of thing, but with that tropical fuzz to it, I guess. Um, you guys that have had those kinds of drinks in the past, you will know, what we're talking about here. So I'm going to be running this Hybrid Matrix Bowl through the January piece from the weed box. I do have the February piece coming, and I'm really looking forward to that. But I wanted to show you guys something else I did here. So you guys know, I've mentioned several times before that I don't really like to use water percolation when I'm vaping. However, I do want to have my vapor cool. And so what I wound up doing here to help cool this down is, you look in this down stem here, I've just got some of these terp pearls. These actually came from the Vapit X. All right. And then in this one here, I actually have some more terp pearls, but they're set inside of a little glass joint filter. And those things combined right there, guys, that way, way, way cooler. That surface area, the addition of that extra surface area really does cool down the vapor, guys. It really does save your throat. So, we're going to be hitting it with the diffuser side of the One Hit Wonder. Mm-hmm. Okay, yep. That fuzzy thing that I was talking about, it is definitely coming from a touch of mint on that back end. Very, very good. Super sweet. Um, Tropical sweet, guys. I mean, think mango, papaya. Um, maybe mango pineapple. It leans really toward that direction. And on the palate, it sticks. It's sticking pretty well. Really nice. So, a little bit about the cross is Maui Wowie is a classic sativa dominant. It's mostly found and grown in Hawaii, where the island of Maui. Um, and it has been around for a long time. It's one of those that is Cheech and Chong back in the day would have been talking about Maui Wowie along with like Panama Red and all of this other stuff. The classics. And Tutti Frutti isn't as much of a classic as Maui Wowie, but it's special in and of itself, guys. Tutti Frutti is a heck of a cross. All right, and it's a 50-50 hybrid, and it's sativa dominant. Um, at least it's a four-way cross. All right, so we're looking at sativa dominant genetics in a four-way cross. We got blue haze crossed with green haze, crossed with Thai, crossed with ruderalis strains. For those of you who don't know, ruderalis is a very, very hardy strain, and it's worked into certain genetics. It can really make for a very strong, very hardy plant. Um, so, but I mean, it's a four-way cross. There's not a lot of four-way crosses out there that have the um, provenance, have the history behind it as Tutti Frutti. So it's really, really cool to be able to be getting two of these more or less classic strains in one in Mai Tai. It's really, really nice. I'm and it's pretty potent. It's getting me pretty good. Mm. Toast up, really nice. The cure on this flower, really solid cure. Some of the better cured flower I've had in a little while. The grind is very nice. Um, it is fairly sticky. I imagine you could actually grind a fairly or roll a fairly decent hash hole or something with this particular flower. Um, really, really gorgeous. And look at that nug right there, guys. Drop it for you. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Really nice stuff. And this is just one of three strains that I have from Miracle of the Desert to try. And these strains came in their sample pack, guys. So I have Mai Tai, which you're seeing right now, and then you're going to see two others that I've never tried before. You're going to see Red Velvet, and I know I've never tried Red Velvet. It's been all the rage in the past year, but I haven't had a chance to try it yet. And you're going to see Mind's Eye, and that's another indoor exotic and another hybrid premium indoor. Really, really good looking stuff. That's in a sample pack bundle right now. That is only 55 clams. So yeah, and those are eighths. So 3/8 for that is pretty good. it's pretty good. Normally that's 90 clams, so you know what I mean. So, um, really, really good value um, on a sample pack. And I'll be honest, I wish more companies, I wish more vendors would offer sample packs because I don't really prefer to go out and cop a zip at a time like so many other people do. I do want to have a ton of variety. I want to be able to just try new stuff all the time. And sample packs are kind of where it's at for trying new stuff. And it looks like they're going to be rotating and updating what's in it based on current inventory and season and stuff like that. So um, this is one great way to try a few different strains every now and then as they rotate them out. And I'll probably be um, waiting for the next sample pack, to be honest. And yeah, so guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little review of Mai Tai. This is a very, very potent flower. It's got me pretty well lifted right now. And very, very nice. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. There's been a lot of care taken with this flower, the growing of it, the handling, the just everything. And like I say, I will be looking at Red Velvet and I will be looking at Mind's Eye. So you guys stay tuned for that. Um, as always, I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just let me know in my comments. I do try to answer as many as I possibly can. I keep myself fairly busy. Due to my own fault, I tend to bite off a little more than I can chew at times, and I keep myself fairly busy. But I still try to go back and answer my comments, even if it's a day or two after the fact. I will get to your comments, to your questions, so don't worry about that. Um, if there's anything that you want to see more of, just let me know. If there's anything you want to see less of, just let me know. Um, as of the day I'm filming this, it is the 31st. I will probably be uploading this video in the next couple of days, but I've decided that on the 10th, February 10th, is my birthday. I'll be 39 years old. And I've decided that I'm probably going to just be running an all day live stream. Um, Probably going to have some people dropping by, maybe some other content creators, some special guests, people dropping by to, have a little birthday session with me. I'll try to make it all day, at least um, noon to midnight Central Time on the 10th. Um, I look forward to seeing you guys there. If you join me for that. I'll continue to mention it up until then. And we might even have, shoot, I'm thinking about just sitting, maybe sipping on some syrup and maybe munching on some edibles and, doing some dabs and, you know, hitting some bowls with my vapes and just having a good old time. And I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, stop by. If you guys are interested in anything you see here, whether it's this mat, these devices, any of this stuff here, just check out my campsite.bio and my bio here on YouTube. And we've also got a couple of Discord servers in there, including the Green World Discord server. Um, Come on in and join us. You can find me most days seshing in there. When I'm not making my videos, that's where I am. So pop on in, join us, talk about plants and genetics, and you know, learn a little something with us. We'd be happy to have you. So, guys, till I see you next time, I want you to continue to take care of yourselves, continue to take care of your loved ones, and continue to take care of each other. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just focus on the positive stuff. A lot of times, the things that we let bother us really don't matter. Um, I forget about that from time to time. But I'm reminding myself that now, and I'm enjoying the sunshine, this time here on the beach, and it just It's nice. You know what I mean? Having a little Maui Wowie or Mai Tai. Really, really nice. I'm enjoying being here with you guys, and I want you to take care of yourselves. Until I see you next time, which will be very soon. I want you to stay lifted, and I want you to stay blessed. Peace.